Hello guys and welcome back. As you can see, I am all packed up and ready for another trip. It is today the 24th of August, 23rd I think actually. Anyway, I am headed to Sweden to participate at the Norden Tour. It's an event arranged by Husqvarna Motorcycles Scandinavia, a 2-day event with adventure riding and focus on outdoor life and just having fun. As many of you probably already know, I am Husqvarna Motorcycles Scandinavia's ambassador, Nordic ambassador this year, and I've been riding this Norden 901 the whole season so far. And yeah, the plan going there, it's about 700 kilometers going from Ålgård, where I live, to Örebro in Sweden. I'll spend 2 days doing that. Today I'm heading to Oslo, where I will spend the night at my twin sister's apartment, and then I'm heading on, continuing on Thursday, tomorrow, to Örebro. On Friday I will be spending the day checking out the roads we'll be riding with the group, together with the tour guides. And on Saturday and Sunday the whole event takes place. Super excited to see what it will be like, how many are coming, and the weather. The ride today is quite scenic actually, but it depends on the weather of course, because I'm going up in a bit of altitude. I'm doing Suleskarveien over to Oslo instead of doing the pretty boring main road E39 and E18 along the coast. So yeah, that is the plan for today, so let's get going. Oof, we're going up into those skies. Can't wait. It's about 15 degrees, 16 degrees actually. So a little bit chilly, but I got my heater gear on, my heater jacket with me, so I'll be fine. I'll be just fine. At the beginning of this trip, I found it a little hard not feeling rushed, knowing I had to cover more than 700 kilometers just to get to where this event is actually taking place. I was determined to make this transport stage part of the trip and as enjoyable as possible, even though I was well aware the weather forecast was not looking the best. I mean, the forecast could be wrong, right? Including Suleskarveien as part of this route to make it more interesting was a no-brainer. The highlight of this route is without a doubt the great views you are offered while riding the windy, narrow roads over the mountains, taking you to 1,050 meters above sea level. That is, if you can actually see the views through the rain and clouds. Little did I know that this weather would set the standard for the majority of the weekend, making wet and slippery the new standard. After making my way over the highest mountains for this day, navigating around unpredictable sheeps and their very slippery droppings in the road, I eventually arrived in a little township Valle, where I stopped for a coffee and lunch. And apparently some unexpected news. Alright guys, I stopped here for a coffee. I'm in Valle at the moment. And I talked a bit with a couple bus drivers that was sitting there and told them like where I'm going and such, and they told me that the road is closed just a little bit further ahead here. It's closed there as well. Where do I ride around here perhaps? Anyway, they said the road is closed like 20 minutes further ahead, and it doesn't open until 4 o'clock. It's right now 1:30. So I can do a detour that's an hour longer than my original planned route, or I can just go up there and see if maybe I'm lucky and they let me through, or maybe they open a little bit earlier, I don't know. So I guess I'll just have to ride up there and see. Maybe I'm lucky. Alright, so it looks like it's for sure closed. That was a road sign saying that.
After triple checking that the road was in fact closed, I decided to do the detour riding up to Haukeli before turning east again. It adds a good 100 kilometers to the route, but hey, at least the weather improved.
Having to ride an hour more in this landscape, now 22 degrees and sun. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, is it? Hello guys, just creating some chaos.
About halfway into this detour, I crossed into Telemark County, which is well known for its nice and twisty roads with good standards, making it very popular amongst motorcyclists.
So I have about an hour left, about 80 kilometers left. It is currently 6:20 in the evening, and it looks like we are about to leave the sun behind us. I knew there was supposed to be like thunder and lightning going on in the area around Oslo tonight, so I'm not really surprised by that. So I think I'll just find a place to pull over and unplug the mic, and then I think that's what I'll do.
Now, riding in the rain is not always a shitty experience. On evenings like these, with the sun in my back and multiple rainbows ahead, it was quite extraordinary. On the opposite, something that is almost guaranteed a shitty experience on my part is riding in bigger cities. Arriving in Oslo, Norway's capital city and also largest city with over 630,000 inhabitants, was no exception. After a few expected faulty navigations and moments of confusion, I made it to my sister's place.
Good morning, guys. It's next morning already. I'm at my sister's house, spent the night here. She served me dinner when I came here and all that stuff, really nice. My bike is parked out here. It's not raining yet today, but the weather is supposed to be pretty crappy in the days to come, both today and tomorrow, so we'll see how long that lasts. Say hello to my twin sister!
Hello!
I've had quite a bit of answers or questions about my twin sisters when I mentioned her, and if we are very much alike. We are not.
Nope.
We've never been. Pretty much always had the different interests and different opinions and that kind of stuff, especially when it comes to motorcycles.
Yes.
I've had a lot of people ask, why can't you go with the tour with your sister? That would be so cool. Is that going to happen?
I'm not going to ride a motorcycle, no.
No. We've been just discussing, it would be cool if I could rent a motorcycle with a side cart.
Yeah, that would be cool,
That would
but
be pretty cool.
I'm not riding by myself.
No.
No.
So a couple of years ago, we had our dad was in a pretty bad motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
Where he was in the ICU for 6 weeks, pretty much broke a bone in every part of his body. That was before I got my motorcycle license, and 6 months later I started to get my license. Wasn't super happy.
No, I was not happy about that.
No.
I didn't see why.
No. How do you feel about that now?
I'm a little bit more happy about it because you like it a lot, but I'm not super... I don't want to hear about all your accidents and if you're riding and you're falling over and stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm happy if you're happy, of course, but
Yeah.
not my favorite thing.
No.
No?
But she can track me, on my phone, so she can always see where I am
Yeah.
and that I'm still moving and not laying in a ditch somewhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, how do you feel about my project for this winter, or this fall? Because like you probably already know, I'm going to be riding the Gotland Grand Nationals, the enduro competition, with pretty much no experience whatsoever with enduro.
Yeah, that's my answer. I'm not really happy about that.
No.
Because you have no experience, and I heard a lot of people injure themselves really badly in those races. So yeah, I don't want to hear anything about it. She can do it, but I don't want to hear anything, except when she's fine afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. Growing up, we've been very, very different in what we like and how we like stuff. We used to share a bedroom with what you call it?
A double bed,
yeah.
ups and down bed.
Yeah. And we had it in the middle of the room, so we kind of had each our side on the room, and her side was always so neatly organized and tidy, and my side you could pretty much not even walk on because it was so full of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. We're still good friends and
Yeah.
enjoy spending
We're
time
different,
together.
but we love each other.
Yeah, different in a good way, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, plan for today, I'm going to Örebro. It's a little bit further than I thought, about 350 kilometers. Should take about 5 hours to get there. Pretty much just a stretch of transportation, just getting there. I don't think there's a whole lot to see on the way there. It's a main road, so not very exciting roads to ride at all. But yeah, that's the plan for today. So yeah, it's about noon now, so let's see how that goes. Bye!
Bye!
Always so nice to visit my sister. Like you probably guessed, since we live 8 hours apart, we don't see each other very often. But we're pretty used to that. We've lived apart since we were 16, because when we were 16 we had to travel or move to go to school, high school. I moved quite a bit further away from my family, 15 hours driving away
because I wanted to do athlete school, and they only had athlete school for archers in Sandefjord. So now I talk so much I missed my turn. I think I'm supposed to turn around here. I'm going back that way.
After making my way out of Oslo with surprisingly ease, filling my tank with not very surprisingly expensive fuel, and eating a surprisingly healthy lunch, I made it to the Swedish border.
And just like that, we are in Sweden. They have yellow road signs.
And with that vital piece of information, the trip continues. The road E18 from Oslo to Sweden is not particularly interesting in my opinion. I usually make up for it by listening to music, drifting into my own thoughts, or totally disappearing into an audiobook or podcast, to the point where I forget to record a few interesting things that happens. The only thing I never forget is coffee breaks.
Oh my god, Sylvia, I had the map on, so she's like, oh, you're going in the right direction, turn around. No! I'm going here for a break and maybe a coffee and ice cream. Alright, so you want to see something pretty impressive? For this trip, my consumption is 3.8 liters per kilometer so far. That's pretty good, I'd say. I'm making a detour on my way to Örebro to go visit Jonas from Jones Adventures. I visited him on my northern tour like a month ago, and he had time to meet up today, so I'll meet him for a kebab dinner something today. It's only about a 20-minute detour, so of course I'll stop and say hi once I'm here. So yeah, well, let's go there. That's about an hour away, so yep, that's our next stop. Pretty close now. Yep, the place with the Norwegian flag. There we go. Here we are, back with Jonas. He knows my struggle with filming in the rain and having to unplug the microphone every time. So I came here and he's made this for me. It's a waterproof housing that he made a little input for the microphone for. And he's all busy now with customizing it and making sure that it fits. Quite nice, quite nice. Good timing, because it's supposed to rain cats and dogs the whole weekend. So
yes,
I
lots of rain.
Yes, I get to try it already tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, I think I heard people say that it should be rain tomorrow.
Yes.
And
like 20 millimeters, I think, throughout the day.
Every day.
Yeah.
For the rest of my life.
The last month or so has been pretty dreadful. I think Hans struck pretty hard here as well. The big storm that we had also in Norway.
Not that bad as in many places in Sweden and Norway, but we got a lot of flooding and things like that even here. So, but since it's not any mountains, it's not that very big amount of water. But
it kind of spreads out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But still, it's
people
what's going on with the
get
weather?
Water in their basements and at some roads
collapse and landslides and damaged infrastructure and all that shit. So
yes,
pretty awful. But Anyway, on a positive note, we are going to have kebab today. So, yay!
After adding some finishing touches on a camera house and making sure everything was nice and snug, Jonas treated us a delicious kebab dinner and joined over a conversation about the different joys and challenges one faced while creating content for our YouTube channels.
Takk for middag. Vi prøver det. Ha det! Alright, it's gonna be interesting to see how this new camera solution works. It sure looks good. It, of course, it's gonna be a little bit more hassle to change batteries and that kind of stuff because I had to take the whole thing off and open it just like with my GoPro. But other than that, this is a mega good solution to be able to have audio also while it's raining. So, what a nice thing of him to do. Okay, let's go to Örebro and see if I can find the hotel that Husqvarna booked for me tonight.
I arrived in Örebro less than an hour later. The city's name, Örebro, means bridge over the gravel banks. It holds 155,000 inhabitants and is the birthplace of members of the current Swedish royal family. Örebro is known for its castle in a city center and many beautiful buildings. The hotel I'm staying in, Clarion Hotel Borgen, was no exception. After finding a safe parking spot for my bike, carrying all my stuff to my hotel room, eating a light evening meal and taking a stroll in the city center, I called it a night. Honestly, I was quite nervous about the 3 upcoming days. But after all, how hard could the riding be?